So today we are going to discuss about the blood and its components. What are the different components of the blood for the transfusion? So the blood is comprised of red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets and the plasma, although often called as whole blood and separated into major components prior to the transfusion. जब आप blood donate करते हैं तो that is called as whole blood donation. Then what we do? We centrifuge that whole blood and get it separated into different components. Modern blood transfusion envisages the optimal use of every blood donation by way of blood component therapy. The separation of the blood and their transfusion is called as the component therapy. The development of plastic blood collection bags with integral tubing, high-speed refrigerated centrifuges and deep freezers have made blood component preparation easier and practical. Have you ever seen how the blood gets centrifuged? किसी ने ब्लड बैंक कभी विजिट किया है? I know you have visited. Who else? Automated collections have become common practice whereby the components that are needed for transfusion are the only ones collected. Now what is the whole blood? The unseparated blood collected into an approved container containing an anticoagulant and the preservative solution, that is called as whole blood. Then I'm telling you, मैं पूरी रो को बाहर निकाल दूंगी और फिर मैं ये भी श्योर करूंगी कि पूरे महीने आप लोग की पूरी एब्सेंट ही मार्क होगी. Constituents of blood separated from the whole blood such as PRBC, FFP, RDP or cryoprecipitate. So these are the components जो कि हम whole blood से separate करते हैं. What is the advantage of blood component therapy? Why is it required? क्यों नहीं हम whole blood को ही use कर लेते हैं? Okay, what else? Every patient requires different components. There may be a patient whose hemoglobin is 12.5 but the platelet count is 30,000. So is it required to transfuse the PRBC? Not required. There can be a patient जिनका PRBC सही है, platelet count सही है, but there is deficiency of the coagulation factors in the body. Then is it required? No. Then what you need? You just need plasma. So that's why the concept of component therapy came. Blood component can be stored at its optimal temperature. That means we store PRBC at the temperature of 4 to 6 degrees, platelets at 22 to 24 and FFP at -20. So these are the components. Whole blood collection के बाद we separate into red blood cells, plasma and the platelets. What does the plasma contains? What are the different factors plasma contains? Okay, कौन से? सामने लिखे हुए हैं. And immunoglobulins, right? Now we will be discussing about each and every component. Whole blood. It is 450 ml of whole blood which contains 63 ml of anticoagulant as a preservative solution and it doesn't contain any coagulation factors as such the way plasma contains. What is the infection risk for the whole blood? In the last class I told you after the collection of whole blood we get the blood tested for some infections. What are those infections? HIV, HPSAV. What else? I said HPSAV. What else? Syphilis, malaria. One more. 5 होते हैं, 4 हुए अभी तक. HIV, HPSAG, syphilis, malaria. यार HPSAG और hepatitis. HCV, hepatitis C. We test for that also. The storage for the whole blood is 2 to 6 degree by any of the approved refrigerator fitted with a temperature chart and the alarming system. Transfusion should be started within 30 minutes of removal from the refrigerator. The indication for the whole blood transfusion is exchange transfusion, red cell replacement in an acute blood loss with hypovolemia when PRBCs are not available. What are the contraindications for whole blood? In the case of any cardiac failure, for chronic anemia. Why we don't give whole blood for the chronic anemia? Anemia की क्लास हो गई तुम लोग की? Is it recommended to give whole blood or PRBC? Why PRBC? Why not whole blood? So, what should be kept in mind before the transfusion? The compatibility testing, that is ABO and RH compatibility. Do we add any medication during the transfusion? Never. Now we have a terminology that is called as leukodepleted PRBCs and one is leukoreduced PRBC. The difference between leukoreduced PRBC and leukodepleted PRBC is, can anyone explain? Exactly, and reduced में कम होंगे. That means 90% removal होगा, 10% chances रहेंगे. But leukodepleted means 0%. So we provide LPRBC to all the patients. The infection risk for all the patients for all the components is same. That is for the HIV, HPSAG, HCV, syphilis and malaria. The storage for the LPRBC is same as whole blood. That is 2 to okay. How LPRBCs are made? During whole blood collection, the bags which we are using, those are the filtered bags. They contains a leukocyte depleting filter in the bag itself. So means during the collection they get separate and rest of the separation occurs at the time of centrifugation. What are the indications? It minimizes the white cell immunization in patients receiving the repeated transfusions, reduces the risk of CMV transmission in special situations. Patients who have experienced 2 or more previous febrile reactions to the red cell transfusion. What are the patients who receive multiple transfusion? Any example for those patients? Thalassemia. That's good. Thalassemia में क्या prefer करोगे? Clotting factors for the thalassemia. क्या होता है thalassemia? Clotting factors क्यों दोगे? Thalassemia के बच्चों को होता क्या है thalassemia? Anyone from this row? What is thalassemia? Anyone? Have you ever heard the term of thalassemia? Why there is anemia in the patients of thalassemia? Anemia तो पढ़ चुके हो ना तुम लोग, हेमाटोलॉजी हो चुका है ना कवर इनका. So the mode of administration, the transfusion is same as for the whole blood. Now platelet concentrates. We separate platelets also from the whole blood. The single donor unit in a volume of 50 to 60 ml of plasma should contain how much unit of platelets? It's written. कितना होगा? What is the normal count of platelets? Okay. तो जब हम एक बैग से 450 ml का बैग हमने कलेक्ट करा, हम उसे जब प्लेटलेट सेपरेट करेंगे तो कितना ml कर सकते हैं? 50 to 60 ml. तो कितना कंटेन करेगा प्लेटलेट? Platelet concentrates. The infection risk is again same like whole blood and LPRBCs. The storage for the platelets is 20 degree to 24 degrees with agitation. Do not store the platelets at 2 to 6 degrees. The shelf life for the platelets is of 5 days. After 5 days, the platelets get expired, you can't transfuse. The day of collection is considered as 0. Then you count for 5 days and then same on the 5th day it will be expired. You can't use it. Longer storage increases the risk of, just a second. Hello? उसकी रिपोर्ट्स रेडी हैं, उसको बोल देना करवा देगा. What is the risk for the platelets? Bacterial contamination. The indications for the platelets are thrombocytopenia or platelet function disorders, prevention of bleeding due to thrombocytopenia such as in bone marrow failure also. For the cases of dengue, what is required? The transfusion of platelets. You never use platelets as a prophylactic treatment. Not indicated for the TTP, ITP, DIC or any septicemia that is caused due to the hypersplenism or any septicemia caused during any kind of a treatment. Now the dose for the platelet is 1 unit of platelet concentrate divided by 10 kg body weight, that in a case of 60 to 70 kg means एक एडल्ट को आप 50 to 70 ml का बैग डायरेक्ट इशू कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. Platelet concentrate should be infused as soon as possibly, generally within 4 hours, because of the risk of the bacterial contamination. Must not be refrigerated before infusion as this reduces the platelet function. We always keep the platelets on the agitators. Agitators keeps on shaking the platelets. Special platelets, 4 to 6 units of platelet concentrate should be infused through a fresh standard blood administration set. Whenever you transfuse blood components, every time we change the BT set. But when you are transfusing back to back, then no requirement of changing the BT set. It should be infused over a period of about 30 minutes. Platelet concentrates that are ABO compatible should always be considered. The complications can be febrile, non-hemolytic and allergic urticarial reactions are not common, especially in patients receiving the multiple transfusions. Generally, platelets never gives you any kind of a transfusion reaction. Why? Reaction का सबसे main cause क्या होता है? One cause can be WBCs. प्लेटलेट्स में तो कुछ भी नहीं है. और exactly. Now another thing for the platelets is single donor platelets, what we call as SDPs. The volume for SDPs is 150 to 300 ml and it is equivalent to 4 to 6 RDPs. How we prepare the RDPs? We are preparing the RDPs with the collection of the whole blood. जो आपने whole blood donation किया उससे आपने RDP separate करी. लेकिन SDP कैसे बनाते हैं? SDP is entirely a different process. For this you need a donor of the same blood group. You collect blood. You recentrifuge the blood at the same time and you collect those platelets in the centrifugation machine and you transfuse the rest of the plasma and blood to the donor at the same time. That is called as apheresis. किसी ने करवाया कभी SDP डोनेट करा है? किसी ने SDP नहीं डोनेट करा अभी तक? क्या? So एसडीपी में अमाउंट ज़्यादा होता है। क्यों अमाउंट ज़्यादा है एसडीपी में? आपने होल ब्लड कलेक्शन किया था, दैट वाज ऑफ 450 ml, उसमें से आपने 50-60 ml आरडीपी बना ली, 152 ml 200 ml आपने एफएफपी बना ली, रेस्ट आपने पीआरबीसी बना लिया। लेकिन एसडीपी में आपने क्या किया? सिर्फ प्लेटलेट्स कलेक्ट करी डोनर में से और बाकी सारा ब्लड रीट्रांसफ्यूज कर दिया उसको, तो आपके पास यील्ड ज़्यादा आएगा। So 6 RDPs are equivalent to 1 SDP. The storage for the SDP is like same as for the RDPs. The shelf life for the SDP is again of the 5 days. Single donor platelet indications generally equivalent to the platelet concentrates prepared from the whole blood. 1 pack of platelet concentrate collected from a single donor by apheresis is usually equivalent to 1 therapeutic dose. Same as the mode of administration for the SDP is same as RDPs only. They should be ABO compatible, and what else should be kept in mind? The high titer anti-A or anti-B in the donor plasma used to suspend the platelets may cause hemolysis of the recipient's red cells. अगर किसी का टाइटर हाई है, टाइटर वैल्यूज हाई अगर होंगी तो क्या हम उसको ट्रांसफ्यूज कर सकते हैं? उस ब्लड को किसी को दे सकते हैं? नहीं दे सकते ना। वो क्या करेगा? पेशेंट को हेमोलिसिस करेगा। सो वी अवॉइड। नाउ FFP, that is fresh frozen plasma. The pack containing the plasma prepared from one whole blood donation within 6 hours of collection and then rapidly frozen to -25 degrees Celsius or maybe lesser than that also. It contains normal plasma levels of stable clotting factors, albumin and immunoglobulins. Factor 8 level at least 70% of the normal fresh plasma levels. एक FFP यूनिट में जो फैक्टर 8 होता है, दैट इज अप्रॉक्स 70%. सो दोज पेशेंट्स हु लैक फैक्टर्स इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन्स, उनको प्लाज्मा दिया जाता है. द 1 यूनिट कंटेन्स अप्रॉक्स 200 to 300 ml. द स्मॉलर वॉल्यूम पैक्स में बी अवेलेबल फॉर द चिल्ड्रंस. बच्चों में कैसे ट्रांसफ्यूज करते हैं? अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर वेट. The infection risk and the mode of infection and administration is same for all the products. The infection rate is cause of the infection can be same. The 5 infections that is called as TTI, वो भी सभी में same होता है. Storage is as I told you, and the shelf life for the FFP is of 1 year. You can store the FFP for 1 year. Before use, it should be thawed in the blood bank in water which is 37 degrees Celsius. Higher temperatures will once thawed should be stored in a refrigerator at 2 to 6 degrees and it should be used within 24 hours. So what we are doing, after the collection, within 6 hours we have to prepare the blood components. We store the plasma FFP at -20. You really want to laugh a lot? You can leave the class. अभी जब क्वेश्चंस पूछूंगी ना बेटा, तब हंसना, आराम से हंसना. -20 डिग्री पे अगर आपने रखा है उस प्लाज्मा को, तो इट्स गोना बी एन आइज, राइट? अब यू कांट ट्रांसफ्यूज द आइज टू द पेशेंट. यू हैव टू मेल्ट इट अगेन. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज थॉइंग ऑफ द प्लाज्मा एंड दैट इज थॉड एट 37 डिग्री सेल्सियस. आफ्टर थॉइंग आप उसको वापस -20 में नहीं रख सकते. यू हैव टू कीप इट एट 2 to 6 डिग्री. सो आफ्टर थॉइंग यू हैव टू कीप इट एट 2 to 6 डिग्री and patient needs to be transfused within 24 hours. Indications for FFP are replacement of the multiple coagulation factors deficiencies like in liver disease, warfarin overdose, massive transfusion, DIC and TTP. Precautions during FFP. Acute allergic reactions are not uncommon, especially with rapid infusions. Severe life-threatening anaphylactic reactions occasionally occurs. Hypovolemia alone is not an indication for the use. The dose for the FFP is 15 ml per kg. They should also be ABO compatible. The universal group for the FFP is AB. Why AB? Why not O? In last class we discussed something about the antigen and antibodies. So you can write. Another thing, the last component which we can prepare from the whole blood donation is cryoprecipitate. It is prepared from the fresh frozen plasma by collecting the precipitate formed during controlled thawing at plus 4 degree Celsius and resuspending it in 10 to 20 ml plasma. जो आपने FFP रेडी किया था उसी से आप क्रायोप्रेसिपिटेट बना सकते हो ड्यूरिंग द सेंट्रीफ्यूगेशन प्रोसेस. It contains about half of the factor 8 and fibrinogen in the donated whole blood. The example, factor 8 is approx 80 to 100 IU per pack and fibrinogen is 150 to 300 ml. क्या किया तुमने? होल ब्लड बनाया, कलेक्ट किया, उससे PRBC सेपरेट किया, RDP सेपरेट किया और FFP सेपरेट किया. 3 कंपोनेंट. जो FFP सेपरेट किया था, the unit of issue for the cryoprecipitate is usually supplied as a single donor pack or a pack of 6 or more single donor units that have been pooled. Like 1 unit is never sufficient for any patient. You have to transfuse 5 to 6 units of cryoprecipitate for normalizing the coagulation factors in the patient. The infection risk is as same for the plasma, but a normal adult dose involves at least 6 donor exposures. It can be stored at minus 25 degrees Celsius and the shelf life is same as for the FFP, that is 1 year. Indications I have already explained you. For the cryoprecipitate, it's same like for the FFP. In this case also, ABO compatibility is required. No compatibility testing we are doing for the cryoprecipitate. We just give group match to the patients. After thawing, infusion as soon as possible through a standard blood administration set must be infused within 6 hours of thawing. That means the indications, the process of transfusion are same for the FFP and cryoprecipitate. So this is the summary. The shelf life, the storage conditions, the indications and the transfusion criteria for each and every component. You can take the pic of this if you want to. The whole blood is stored at 1 to 6 degree. The PRBCs are also stored at the same. For the FFP, it's 1 year, and if you have thawed the FFP, then the shelf life will be of 24 hours only. The cryoprecipitate, it's again 1 year, but after thawing, it should be transfused within 6 hours. For the platelets, the shelf life is of 5 days. For the SDP, again it's of 5 days. Now, can anyone tell me what are the granulocyte concentrates? हमने इस टर्म के बारे में तो बात ही नहीं करी थी. ड्यूरिंग होल ब्लड कलेक्शन हमने ग्रेनुलोसाइट थोड़ी ना कलेक्ट करा, नहीं करा ना. What is the meaning of granulocyte? क्या होते हैं ग्रेनुलोसाइट? WBCs, right? अभी तो हम जैसे बात कर रहे थे कि ल्यूको डिप्लीटेड प्रोडक्ट्स देना चाहिए टू अवॉइड द ट्रांसफ्यूजन ऑफ WBCs. बट यहाँ ग्रेनुलोसाइट कॉन्सेंट्रेट, जैसे मैंने बताया था, SDP हम कलेक्ट करते हैं बाय प्रोसेस कॉल्ड एफेरेसिस. ठीक है, उसी तरह से हम ग्रेनुलोसाइट्स भी कलेक्ट करते हैं. देयर आर सम पेशेंट्स विथ आर सफरिंग फ्रॉम न्यूट्रोपीनिया. व्हाट आर द कंडीशन? कौन सी? ओके, व्हाट एल्स? एनी हेमाटोलॉजिकल डिसऑर्डर्स? उसमें पेशेंट को क्या चाहिए? पेशेंट नीड टू रेज देयर WBC काउंट. उसमें आपको नो नीड टू गिव PRBCs, प्लेटलेट्स और SSP. व्हाट यू नीड? यू जस्ट वांट टू गिव देम WBC. अब होल ब्लड से तो आप WBCs नहीं निकाल सकते बिकॉज यू आर ऑलरेडी कलेक्टिंग इन फिल्टर बैग. तो फॉर दिस वी डू अ स्पेशल प्रोसीजर दैट इज कॉल्ड एज हार्वेस्टिंग फॉर द ग्रेन्युलोसाइट। ठीक है, जैसे एफेरेसिस में आपने प्लेटलेट सेपरेट करके रेस्ट आपने ट्रांसफ्यूज कर दिया प्रोडक्ट डोनर को, उसी तरह से ग्रेन्युलोसाइट कॉन्सेंट्रेट हार्वेस्टिंग में वी कलेक्ट द ग्रेन्युलोसाइट and we retransfuse the rest of the products to the donor itself. कैसे करोगे बट ये प्रोसीजर? Before blood donation, what is required? Your hemoglobin level should be normal between 12 to 5. For donating platelets, what should be your platelet count? Between 1.5 to 4.5 or 4 lakhs. But what for granulocytes? What is the normal range of WBC? 4 to 11,000. अब ग्रेन्युलोसाइट में कैसे ले लोगे? जिस पेशेंट को देना है आपको उसका तो इतना कम ग्रेन्युलोसाइट है उसकी बॉडी में, तो कैसे करोगे? तुम लोग को बाहर जाना है, what will be the criteria for the donor? Definitely you need more WBC count in the donor, then you can collect. तो अब WBC काउंट ज्यादा होगा तो वो तो डिफर हो जाएगा। WBC काउंट नॉर्मली ज्यादा थोड़ी ना होगा सब में, कैसे करोगे? अच्छा, रैंडम डोनर्स कैसे मिलेंगे इसके लिए? 60,000 किसी की WBC काउंट होगा तो ऑब्वियसली वो तो डॉक्टर को कंसल्ट करेगा ना कि इसकी बॉडी में इन्फेक्शन क्यों हो रहा है। WBC काउंट ज्यादा का क्या मतलब है? दैट मींस सम इन्फेक्शन इज इन योर बॉडी, राइट? तो इसके केस में कैसे करोगे? सबका काउंट 4 to 11,000 की रेंज में ही है ना, किसी का ज्यादा नहीं है। बट फॉर दिस प्रोसेसिंग व्हाट यू नीड, व्हाट वी विल बी डूइंग इज नॉर्मल ब्लड डोनेशन की तरह हम डोनर को फिट करेंगे, डोनर की टेस्टिंग करेंगे, उसके बाद उसका काउंट सपोजिटली 8,000 है, तो दैट इज नॉर्मल रेंज ना। लेकिन 8,000 का डोनर मुझे कितना यील्ड दे देगा? आई नीड टू रेज द काउंट ऑफ द डोनर द वे उसको साइड इफेक्ट ना करे। इन दैट केस व्हाट वी विल बी डूइंग, we will be giving steroids to the donor, a single shot of the steroid. What steroid will be doing? क्या होगा? उसका काउंट रेज करेगा वो, then we will giving a shot of Dexona to the donor so that उसकी जो मैरो है, जो उसकी मैरो है वो स्टिमुलेट होकर के ग्रेन्युलोसाइट्स का प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीज करेगी एंड दोस ग्रेन्युलोसाइट्स विल बी द हेल्दी ग्रेन्युलोसाइट्स। ठीक है, उसमें क्या होगा, जैसे 8,000 था तो डेफिनेटली 24-25,000 की चला जाएगा। इन दैट द न्यूट्रोफिल काउंट विल बी मोर देन 80%, सो वी विल बी कलेक्टिंग दोज न्यूट्रोफिल्स और बाकी उसको सारा रिट्रांसफ्यूज करेंगे। हमने उसकी मैरो को स्टिमुलेट किया, तो स्टिमुलेशन इफेक्ट विल बी फॉर हार्डली 24 आवर्स। उस ड्यूरेशन में वी विल कलेक्ट द ग्रेन्युलोसाइट एंड वी विल रीट्रांसफ्यूज द रेस्ट ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट टू द डोनर। ठीक है, इज एनीवन इंटरेस्टेड इन विजिटिंग द ब्लड सेंटर एंड टू सी द होल प्रोसेस? यहाँ तो पढ़ते नहीं हो। कौन कौन आना चाहता है ब्लड बैंक विजिट करने? Those who really want to see the way, how the blood is collected, how we centrifuge, how we do the testing. Anyone is interested? Okay. You want to come? Raise your hand अच्छे से.